Hey y'all, what's good, beautiful people? It's your girl Tay. I'm here yet again with another update video. So we've got quite a few things to talk about. First thing I'm going to be telling you guys about is this new emergency alert that just went out. It's in California. We've also got one county in one particular state is deciding to pay out $1,000 UBI, which is universal basic income. We've also got some new states that have been approved for emergency SNAP allotments for the month of May, and there is just so much more that I want to talk to you guys about. So definitely make sure you smash that like button, comment down below, subscribe, plus push your post notification bell button so that way anytime I upload a video, you will be notified. So jumping right into it, let me see here. I kind of had everything planned out. Let's start with that $1,000. Who wouldn't want $1,000, right? So Mayor Eric Garcetti included a 24 million basic income guarantee program in his city budget to be released recently. This is for the city of Los Angeles, and I'm extremely surprised by this. I don't live in the city of Los Angeles, but I'm still surprised by it. Says LA would become the biggest city to try this concept, possibly joining Stockton, Compton, and other counties. So I did mention this in previous videos that they were doing this universal basic income. It was supposed to be like a research thing. They were giving residents between $1,000 and $2,000 a month for a certain amount of time, and there was some information that came out, I believe it's for Stockton, saying that those people who had that extra income was able to move forward in their lives. They were able to hold down their lives regardless of whether or not they had income coming in from other sources. They were still able to progress. Okay, that helped them. It helped to relieve the stress of not having income coming in. They were able to focus on other things that would eventually in the long run get them out of the financial situation that they were in. Okay, so it says, what would the program do for LA? If approved by Los Angeles City Council, the program would provide $1,000 a month to 2,000 Los Angeles families for a year. Now, 2,000 families is not allowed. We all know that there's a whole heck of a lot more people living in the city of Los Angeles, but this is as many people I guess is that they can afford to do this for. I think that they really should have adopted this concept across the United States, period. I know at the beginning of the pandemic in other places, specifically in China, they had implemented universal basic income for their constituents. That's a lot of the reasons why it made it easier for them to control a lot of what was going on, food insecurity and other issues that we are experiencing now that they're trying to implement programs to fix, is because they had already settled that. They didn't have to go back and forth with voting on it and, oh, it's only going to last for 4 months. No, it was like, we're going to continue giving you this until we say that the economy is okay and until we're ready for you guys to go back out into the world. Okay, so I definitely think that they should have adopted this a long time ago. But moving on. It says $1,000 a month to 2,000 Los Angeles families. There will be no obligation on how to spend the money, according to the mayor's office. When you give money to people who are poor, it creates better outcomes, the mayor said. It covers childcare. It puts food on the table. It leads to more high school graduations and better checkups. Again, I agree. He's checked all of those boxes, but I think that it should be more than just 2,000 families. It says already the Los Angeles City Council has unveiled plans to spend more than $11 million in funds diverted from the Los Angeles Police Department budget on such programs in South LA and the San Fernando Valley. In the South LA district, represented by Councilman Curran Price, a program will provide $1,000 per month for a year to 500 households headed by single parents. It's expected to launch this summer, so you guys look out for this, okay? Additional programs are being floated in the districts represented by Councilman Marquise Harris Dawson, Council President Nuri Martinez, and Councilman Mark Ridley Thomas. A Garcetti spokesman said the $24 million allocation for citywide program would be in addition to those proposed efforts. Okay, so again, I'm going to continue to follow this story, you guys. I don't want to get too far into this. I think that we can just sum it up by saying that they are trying to implement universal basic income. I know that it is already live in Compton. And again, I know that they did it in Stockton. There's a couple of other cities that they were trying to implement this in. I just hope they do it more statewide is what I'm trying to say. I think all states should have a program like this. They should be allocating funds to whatever resources instead of doing these one-time stimulus payments, giving their constituents $335, $500, or $400 as a one-time payment, because again, that only takes care of one issue at the moment. But if you're giving your residents reoccurring income, then that takes a lot of the stress off of residents. And you know what I'm saying? I just think that that would just make a lot of things so much better. I'm not going to get into the specifics of that, but definitely a step in the right direction. Okay, so let's talk about this $10,200 tax break. It's saying that some people, the IRS is saying that some people may actually have to file an amended return. Okay, however, they want you to wait. It says taxpayers won't have to file an amended federal return unless the unemployment tax break now makes them eligible for tax benefits like the earned income tax credit, a refundable tax credit for low to moderate income working individuals and couples, particularly those with children. So let's say you filed your taxes and you did it before they released this plan. So of course you didn't get the tax break on your $10,200 or $24,200 for married couples. So that made you ineligible for other programs like the earned income tax credit. If them now going back and going into your tax account and giving you the credit for either the $10,200 or the $24,200, $24,400. I'm sorry, you guys. And now you are eligible for earned income tax credit and you weren't before, you're most likely going to have to file an amended return so that you can get those funds. Now, let's say that you filed your taxes, you didn't get the tax break on either the $10,200 or the $400. I'm sorry, but you still receive the earned income tax credit. Then they're just going to send you the refund if you are due some extra money. If you're not due any extra money, then of course you won't receive anything. Okay, but they are still stating that you should wait. Just wait for them to issue some more guidance on that. Okay, I just want to make sure. It says beginning in May and continuing into the summer, the IRS will automatically refund taxpayers who filed their returns without claiming the new tax break on unemployment benefits. It said, but this was in regards to the federal return. So with states, it's a little bit different. Some states may still opt to tax the jobless age, tax the jobless aid. Tax experts say, what's going on with my brain today? That means some taxpayers may have to file an amended return to get their maximum refund if the unemployment tax break now makes them eligible for additional tax credit. Okay, I already went into all of that. Otherwise, the IRS said it will recalculate the returns of taxpayers by incorporating the $10,200 exclusion and either refund them or apply it to any other taxes that you may owe. Okay, so in terms of states, it varies from state to state. You would just have to see. I know in New Mexico, it says, for instance, has advised taxpayers to amend their returns if they were filed before mid-March. 11 states aren't offering the unemployment tax break according to the Tax Preparation Service H&R Block. Those are Colorado, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Kentucky, Minnesota, Mississippi, North Carolina, New York, Rhode Island, and South Carolina. 3 states, including Indiana, Massachusetts, and Wisconsin, offer a partial tax break on unemployment benefits. Okay, so again, I would just wait to see what happens. Don't rush to file your amended returns right now, especially for those of you who are still waiting for your tax return, because you don't want the process to be significantly longer, even when you've already been waiting a pretty long time to receive your funds. Okay, now the USDA, let's talk about the United States Department of Agriculture. They're extending free meals for all students through next school year. Hurrah, hurrah. Okay, it says the U.S. Department of Agriculture announced on Tuesday it will continue to reimburse schools and child care centers for free meals provided to all students through the 2021-2022 school year. The USDA said it has granted a nationwide waiver that allows serving of food outside of the standard meal times for several of its child nutrition programs, including the National School Lunch Program, Seamless Summer Option, which is SSO, which is typically only available during the summer months. Okay. Yeah, I like it. I definitely think that all of this stuff is good. It says USDA will remain relentless in ensuring our nation's children get the critical nutrition they need. This is written by the Agriculture Secretary, Tom Vilsack. States and districts wanted waivers extended to plan for safe reopening in the fall. USDA answered the call to help America's schools and child care institutions serve high quality meals while being responsive to their local needs as children safely return to their regular routine. This action also increases the reimbursement rate to school meal operators so they can serve healthy foods to our kids. It's a win-win for kids, parents, and schools. Okay, so Again, a lot of great news, you guys. Honestly, um I had other information that I wanted to speak about that I have written out. I write out my videos, and then all of this information came up, and I was like, I got to share this because this is absolutely wonderful, at least to me. Now, a little bit of bad news for California. For those of you who are in California, I just want you guys to be aware of this stuff. I like being aware of this stuff because it's a possibility that it could affect me. Okay, so we're in the middle of a drought out here. And our governor Newsom declares a drought emergency in 2 of California's counties. I'm going to give you those. It says, standing in the dry crack bottom of what should have been a more watery Lake Mendocino, Governor Gavin Newsom declared emergency executive order Wednesday in 2 Northern California counties in response to drought conditions affecting much of the state and the West Coast. The announcement affects Mendocino and Sonoma counties, where Newsom says drought conditions are especially bad, but it falls far short of a statewide declaration, despite some regions seeking one. I'll talk to you guys about that in another video, but I do want to just get this out. California, which is now in its 2nd year of drought conditions, which we've known about this for a while, is bracing for another devastating wildfire season after a winter with little perception. So let me tell you guys, I live in California. We had winter. It was cold. Yesterday it was cold. Today it's chilly outside, but we barely got any rain. Literally, I want to say, from what I can remember, I want to say we probably got 5 to 7 days of rain out of a whole entire winter season. I mean, we're still in spring, and to just 2 days ago, it was already 90 degrees in some areas, even higher than that. You know what I mean? The weather is up and down out here. They're not lying when they say it never rains in Southern California. It does rain out here, but it is true that for the last couple of years, we have definitely seen a significant decrease in the amount of precipitation that we have received. So I do think that that information is definitely important for everybody, because eventually, depending on how this affects those counties and whether or not it's going to affect other counties, because other counties need to lean on other counties for assistance. You know, they're going to start issuing more, I don't want to say statewide declaration, but they are going to start issuing certain orders in certain areas where they're going to instruct people to conserve on the water that they use. Otherwise, they're going to receive a fine. So I do want you guys to take note of that. If you guys are washing clothes, you know what I mean? Just the small things that we can be doing as a whole to help out. I always tell my kids, because they like running the water when they're brushing their teeth, turn that water off, because it's not serving no purpose until you're ready to actually rinse out your mouth. So just the small things, but like I said, I will go over that a little bit more in depth in another video, but I did think that that information was significant, and I wanted to share that with you guys. Okay, so some more information. Let me see if I can find it, because this is what really excited me. This is in regards to Pennsylvania. Hopefully I can find it really easy. Is this the one? Yes. Okay, so Pennsylvania. I haven't really been seeing you guys on the list for emergency SNAP allotments. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But according to this source, it says the Department of Human Services has begun to issue emergency allotments for the month of April. Pennsylvania, Harrisburg, PA. Okay, I'm hoping that's Pennsylvania, but for households that currently receive the monthly maximum monthly supplemental nutrition assistance program SNAP benefit. These funds come following a settlement between Community Legal Services and the United States Department of Agriculture. So you guys were one of the states, along with California, that sued because there were plenty of your residents and that state that didn't receive any money because they were already receiving the maximum amount. Okay. Households receiving the monthly maximum benefit will receive an additional payment equal to 50% of their normal monthly benefit. Household that previously received smaller emergency allotments will receive an amount equal to 50% of the monthly maximum for their household size. SNAP. No, I don't want to give you guys that information. Details and the timing for the disbursement of the remaining funds for the $712 million settlement, which covers emergency allotments from September 2020 all the way up until April 2021, will be finalized soon. Moving forward, these households will begin to receive a regular monthly emergency allotment so long as Pennsylvania's disaster declaration, which is required to authorize emergency allotments, remains in place. The Biden administration recently issued guidance indicating that all states will now be able to receive an additional minimum supplement of $95. In September 2020, the United States District Court of Eastern District of Pennsylvania issued a preliminary injunction in Gillian versus USDA, ruling that the USDA under previous presidential administration misinterpreted the law to mean that households that already received the maximum monthly allotment for its size would not receive any additional emergency allotment. It also meant that those receiving SNAP, whose grants were close to the monthly maximum, received only a small additional emergency allotments. Following the ruling, the USDA sought clarification regarding the ruling delaying Pennsylvania's request for additional emergency allotments. Okay, so I think this is absolutely fantastic. Y'all about to get some extra food money. Okay, like I said, food is good for the soul. I know myself. Let me tell you guys something. Let me just give y'all a little bit of a backstory about me. I'm not rich. I'm not wealthy. Okay. I have been in plenty of situations where I was wondering what, what was going to happen, struggling, how I'm going to pay my bills and all that prior to the pandemic. Okay. Some of us have been fortunate enough to kind of glide through the pandemic with minimal damage. And I know that there's a lot of people that my heart really does go out to that has really suffered and struggled. And I wanted to just continue to tell you guys, that it will get better. I know that it's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel, but you will do it. You will make a way. You need to lean on your government. I know that for some people, it's like, man, we already waiting, but you need to lean on your government as much as you possibly can. Try not to have all your eggs in one basket and use every little bit of resources, all the resources that are available to you. I don't care if it's food stamps, if it's WIC, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you can get your hands on to help you through, do it. And one of my most favorite things to do with my children, especially when we're in, a time of peril, my kids just recently lost their grandmother. They've been really, 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 really stressed out on their father's side of the family. So one of the things that we like to do as a family, something small, like I said, I'm not rich and I'm kind of a germaphobe. So I really don't like going out into the world, into the universe and interacting with other people because I don't want nobody to cough, sneeze, none of that. Talk in my direction or any of that right now. Just being truthful. I was like that before the pandemic. It has gotten significantly worse afterwards. I know I'm rambling, but long story short, you guys, food stamps may not be food. I know you can't pay your electricity bill. I know you can't pay your rent. I know you guys are probably like, what can I do? What can I do? Sit down, have a meal with your family. I don't care if it's you and Toto, if it's you and your dog. You cook some food for you, make a steak for your dog, sit down and relax. Sometimes you have to just accept that there are things that you cannot change and work on controlling the things that you can, okay? But on that note, you guys, before I get there, let me give you guys the names of the states that have currently been approved for emergency SNAP allotments for the month of May. We've got 3 states on the list now, 3 states. So I'm going to give you guys that information really, really quick before I get on with my day. So as of right now, the states that have currently been approved for emergency allotments for the month of May 2021, we have Maryland, New Jersey, and Wisconsin. I'm not going to give you guys the names of the states that have currently been approved for April because it's pretty much all of the states that have been approved for the month of April. Okay. Now, when it comes to PEBT, nothing has changed on pandemic EBT. It is still the same list. I have yet still to see California on that list. It is what it is, you guys. But on that note, I am going to say that I truly, truly, truly love y'all. I love spending time with you guys in these videos, giving you information. I hope that you guys appreciated it. This information was in some way helpful or useful to you. Definitely make sure you guys smash that like button. It's free 99. Don't cost you no money. And it definitely helps out the algorithm. Let YouTube know that you guys are enjoying my videos and it helps me to stick around. I'm going to say farewell to you guys just for today. I will see you in tomorrow's video. Remember to live, love, and elevate, y'all. Peace.